Smoke weed, weed, smoke. Smoke weed, weed, smoke. Weed, weed, smoke weed, 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 ay. Smoke weed, 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 ay. Smoke weed, weed, every day. Smoke weed,
Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar!
How's it going, guys? Wrecked Feminist Videos here, and today we'll be looking at my personal favourite feminist fails so far this year. In my opinion, I consider modern feminism itself to be one giant fail, and as the number of people who consider themselves to be feminists is decreasing every year, it seems to be causing somewhat of a bottleneck effect, where we are left with some of the most ridiculous and idiotic people on the planet. So let's jump right into it now with number 5, the Milo Yiannopoulos protesters. During the Dangerous Faggot tour hosted by anti-feminist Milo Yiannopoulos at Rutgers University, students started protesting by smearing fake blood on themselves after yelling, "This man represents hatred." The blood was supposed to represent their periods, and well, it didn't work at all. They accomplished nothing as nobody seemed to give the slightest fuck, and laughed at them as they were made to leave the premises.
They have demonstrated that they are incapable of exposing themselves to new ideas. They have demonstrated that they are incapable of engaging in the humble pursuit of knowledge.
This man represents hatred!
After weeks of planning, purchasing the fake blood, and interrupting Milo Yiannopoulos, all they accomplished was being laughed at while students started chanting Trump. The students then made a video attempting to justify their actions, but once again failed, with the video having over 4,000 dislikes before it reached one single like. I guess if they wanted to voice their opinion, they should have hosted their own lecture, or at least waited for the Q&A, which took place shortly after. Number 4, Anita Sarkeesian. Now I hate putting her in the spotlight, mainly because I'm almost certain that she's a scam artist. So we'll make this one quick. Anita Sarkeesian is living proof that feminists don't know what the fuck they're talking about. She launched a so-called modest Kickstarter campaign to fund a video series, deconstructing representations of women in video games, which she admits to not being very familiar with as well. She doesn't really play video games.
I'm doing video games, so it's not exactly a fandom. I'm not a fan of video games. I actually had to learn a lot about video games in the process of making this.
And this is clearly shown in every one of her videos. She raised 25 times the amount she asked for, and says that she put it to good use. She promised to create a series of 12 videos using the $160,000 her fundraiser accumulated. How many did she make? 3 videos. In 4 years. It gets worse. Did I mention that she originally was asking for only $6,000 to create those 12 videos? Moronic feminist or a smart scam artist? So why is Anita in this 2016 list? The short and simple answer is that she's been failing for years and continues to fail to this day. But the real reason is like a dream come true. One of my favorite YouTubers, The Amazing Atheist, not only exposes Anita, but has started his own fundraiser, not to deconstruct women in gaming, but for a much greater, more realistic and meaningful cause, to help women in third world countries that actually do face oppression. And Anita doesn't like this one bit. Not only does it take the spotlight off her, but it puts her under a different light that makes her moronic, ignorant, and selfish side shine as clear as day. It also portrays how being an anti-feminist doesn't mean that you simply are against women's rights. It shows that we do care, just not about your silly, meaningless rants about strategic butt coverings. Sorry, Anita. Now I know this should be number 1, but as it's less of a fail for Anita and more of a win for The Amazing Atheist, that's where I've placed this one. Now let's move on. Number 3. As I was making this list including only fails from 2016, and remind you that we're only 3 months into the year, I must admit that I was a little reluctant on using the following clip. But I have to because I watch many videos about feminism. Most of the time they're talking about wanting equality. This clip depicts what equality would actually mean for feminists, and as you're about to see, some good points are made, and the women are roasted.
Well, I don't know about you, but if you're going to start drafting women, what's next? Letting them vote? Interesting. That's a joke, people. And something tells me you're not for this.
I'm all for it.
Oh, really?
They should have to do. They want equality for everything fun. They want to be equal in movies and desserts and parties. How about you're equal in sanitation? How about you have to go down into the sewers and remove rat kings from blocked pipes? How about you go to war and die?
I have a thought experiment here.
Okay.
Imagine. If you don't think, thank you, Gavin, for getting ready for this. If you don't think biology matters, what if this were the reverse? That for the last couple of thousand years, only women fought the wars, and then suddenly in the 21st century we go, you know what? We should let men get involved in the wars, and it's a gender with 50% more muscle mass and a ton more testosterone. So all of a sudden, women are like, whoa, this is weird. This is exactly what's happening in the MMA. If a male fighter has a sex change and fights, the female fighters are like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this because it's unfair. Now they're talking about maybe we have to adjust the hormone levels so women and men can fight equally. So that's an interesting way to look at it that perhaps makes no sense whatsoever.
Well, in your experiment, if we're going to do that, we'll have to talk to President Hitler, because if women were soldiers for the past 100 years, we would have lost World War II.
That, as you know, as Joe pointed out, like there's millions of different roles they can serve in the military. It doesn't mean they have to be combat officers.
They can be cheerleaders for the soldiers. The soldiers.
There's looking after soldiers' kids, keeping the home nice.
Number 2. Now I know I mentioned this one in my other top 5, but this is one of my personal favourite videos on YouTube. Although Coppercab may be a troll, you can't deny that if he is actually a feminist, it is one of the biggest fails of all time. I'm all for this white knight because, as you're about to see, he doesn't exactly set a good impression for modern feminists.
You know,
that sounds kind of prejudiced. Are you a bigot towards conservatives?
No, I'm not a bigot towards conservatives. Okay, I think if anyone's a bigot, no offense, but I think all of you are the bigots. You're all the white cis male bigots. You know, and you're attacking people that are, in your opinion, lower than you. Like
Michael, I want you to get laid, okay? I can tell you don't get laid a lot. When you do all this white knight shit, it turns pussies dry.
I'm not a white knight, okay?
If you want to get laid, you gotta grow balls. When you do this fucking faggot shit, women don't want to fuck you. Even the biggest feminists, their boyfriends are fucking bikers. You need to grow your hair long, get a leather vest, and sit on a fucking crotch rocket.
I'm proud to be a social justice warrior, okay? Everyone keeps calling me that in the comments. And
no one is gonna fuck you, ever!
What?
Do you know how dry pussies get when you say social justice warrior?
Number 1. Who you gonna call? The suicide hotline after watching the new Ghostbusters movie trailer. They say don't judge a movie by its trailer, and I must agree, because I bet the movie itself is much worse. The mistake this movie made was thinking that as long as it was promoting feminism, it wouldn't have to face criticism, but the like to dislike ratio proves otherwise. After receiving such a negative response, headlines everywhere started appearing saying such things as, Ghostbusters trailer proves sexism exists, but when you look at the ratings, all of the people disliking being male is statistically impossible, so you can't play the sexist card here, guys. And with a $154 million budget, you really have to ask yourself, what the fuck were they thinking? That's it for this video, guys. Do you agree with my list? Remember to subscribe to Wrecked Feminist videos for more to come. Before you guys go, I must insist that you go and subscribe to these 2 other channels. They're full of great anti-feminist content and their videos are very entertaining. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.
Twitter has gone full retard with this new thing called the Twitter Trust and Safety Council.
Hello everyone, this is X on Infinite. Welcome to my channel, and it feels to me like it's been a while since I've roasted one of these fucking social justice warrior faggots, so today we are going to do just that.